Welcome back to Teknobalta. We at Teknobalta analyzed a common issue today. Many users are reporting a handshake failed error in AC. This usually happens when trying to join online servers. It can be extremely frustrating for sim racers. We have identified the root cause of this connectivity failure. Let us dive into the technical breakdown. A handshake error occurs during the initial synchronization. The client and the server fail to agree on parameters. This is often related to user authentication data. In the context of AC, it involves the CM. The CM handles how your profile is sent to the server. If the server expects the specific name format, it fails. This results in the dreaded handshake failed message. Before we fix it, let us perform some pre-checks. Ensure your internet connection is stable. We recommend using a wired ETHERNET connection. Wireless interference can drop packets during the handshake. Next, check if Steam is running in the background. IC relies on the Steam API for user validation. If Steam is offline, the handshake will always fail. Now, let us open the CM. Make sure you are using the latest version of CM. Updates often include fixes for server protocols. Go to the top right corner and click on Settings. This will open the main configuration panel. On the left sidebar, look for the CM tab. Click on it to expand the subcategories. Now, locate the Drive section. This section controls how the game launches into a session. Look for an option labeled Online Name. This is the critical setting for this specific error. You must ensure this box is ticked. By ticking Online Name, CM forces your Steam name. This ensures the server receives a valid identity string. Without this, the server might receive a null value. A null value triggers the handshake rejection. Once you have ticked the box, save your settings. We at Teknobalta suggest restarting the CM now. Restarting ensures the config file is properly written. Now, try to join a public server. If the connection is successful, the issue is resolved. However, some users might still face issues. Let us look at alternative technical solutions. Sometimes, the CSP version is the culprit. CSP stands for Custom Shaders Patch. Go to Settings, then click on CSP. Check the About and Updates section. Try switching to a recommended stable build. Experimental builds can sometimes break networking. Another factor is the Windows Firewall. The firewall might block the handshake packets. Open your control panel and go to Firewall Settings. Ensure AC and CM are allowed. Both inbound and outbound rules must be active. We also need to check the Steam ID. If your Steam ID is not linked correctly, it fails. In CM settings, go to General. Verify that your Steam account is detected. If it shows a guest profile, that is the problem. Log out and log back into Steam to refresh. This forces a new session token for the API. Let us discuss server-side issues now. Sometimes the server itself is lagging. If the server HUB is overloaded, handshakes fail. Try joining a different server to test this. If you can join others, the problem is that specific server. Some servers require specific mods to be installed. Missing car or track data can cause a mismatch. CM usually warns you about missing content. Always ensure the checksum matches the server. Checksum is a digital signature of the files. If you modified a file, the handshake will fail. This is a security measure to prevent cheating. We at Teknobalta recommend a clean install of mods. Use the install via CM feature for best results. It handles the file structure automatically. Now, let us talk about DNS settings. Your ISP DNS might have routing issues. We suggest using Google DNS or Cloudflare. Set your primary DNS to 8.8.8.8. Set the secondary to 8.8.4.4. This can improve the speed of the handshake process. Faster resolution means fewer timeouts. Another advanced tip involves the host file. Ensure no entries are blocking Kunos servers. Kunos is the developer of AC. Their master server must be reachable. You can test this by pinging their address. Open CMD and type ping followed by the address. If you see request timed out, you have a routing issue. Contact your ISP if this is the case. Let us go back to the CM settings for a moment. Under the Drive tab, there is also a game launcher option. Try switching between Appid and official modes. Some systems work better with the Appid method. This changes how the game process is initiated. It can bypass certain authentication bugs. We at Teknobalta have tested both extensively. Usually, the Appid method is more stable for mods. Now, let us check the VPN status. If you are using a VPN, turn it off. VPNs add latency and change your IP address. This can confuse the server handshake protocol. Most AC servers block known VPN ranges. This is to prevent ban evasion and griefing. Using a clean residential IP is best. If you must use a VPN, use a dedicated IP. Let us summarize the main fix again. Open CM, go to Settings, then CM, then Drive. Enable the online name checkbox. This is the most successful solution for this error. It fixes the identity mismatch immediately. We have verified this with multiple user reports. It is a simple toggle that saves hours of troubleshooting. Now, let us look at optimization for online play. Lower your packet rate if you have high ping. This can be found in the AC system settings. It reduces the load on your network bandwidth. Also, disable any background downloads. Windows updates can start unexpectedly. This will spike your latency and cause a disconnect. Use game mode in Windows 10 or 11. It prioritizes the game process for network and CPU. This ensures the handshake has enough resources. We at Teknobalta also suggest clearing the cache. Go to your Documents folder, then AC. Delete the logs folder contents. Old log files can sometimes cause read-write delays. This is a minor but helpful maintenance step. If you're a server host, check your ports. Port 9600 must be open. Both UDP and TCP protocols are required. Without these, clients cannot complete the handshake. This is the technical backbone of AC networking. We hope this guide has been informative. Troubleshooting sim racing games requires patience. But with the right technical steps, it is easy. Always remember to back up your config files. This allows you to revert changes if needed. We at Teknobalta are always here to help. Our goal is to keep you on the track. No more connection errors, just pure racing. Make sure to share this with your racing league. Many people struggle with this exact setting. Let us recap. Settings, CM, Drive, online name. That is the golden rule for the handshake fix. Thank you for trusting our technical expertise. We will see you in the next tutorial. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more technical deep dives.